dreams on the line tonight. A season's worth of sacrifice and speed. Now it's time to see who succeeds. 40 hearts beating under the hood. Every racer pushing harder than they should. Searching for an inch, hunting for a lane, risking everything for fortune and fame. The spotter calls, clear high, clear low. The leaders battle wherever they go. The crowd rises up as the tension grows. Nobody knows how this story goes. One mistake can change it all. One bold move can make you stand tall. Every corner, every mile, the pressure builds all the while. Feel the thunder burning through the night. 3-1 through the corners on the stadium lights. Heroes made in moments, legends built in speed. This is where the best compete. This is where dreams lead. Feel the thunder, where champions are born, fighting for the checkered flag till the break of dawn. Every lap of battle, every turn of test. Only the strongest survive, only the best. Green flag flying and the side by side. No room left anywhere to hide. Bumpers touching at 200 miles an hour. Every driver chasing that winning hour. The veterans know when to play it smart. The rookies race with fearless hearts. Every strategy call, every pit stop plan can change the fate of any man. The fuel runs low, the stakes rise high. Nobody's willing to say goodbye. The finish line is drawing near. You can feel the electricity here. Feel the thunder burning through the night. 3-1 through the corners on the stadium lights. Heroes made in moments, legends built in speed. This is where the best compete. This is where dreams lead. Feel the thunder, where champions are born, fighting for the checkered flag till the break of dawn. Every lap of battle, every turn of test. Only the strongest survive, only the best. This is more than racing, more than chrome and steel. It's every dream the drivers carry, every emotion they feel. From the backstretch battles to the photo finish line, the memories made tonight will stand the test of time. Feel the thunder, the spotlight shining bright. The fastest drivers in the field, ready for the fight. Heroes made in moments, legends built in speed. Tonight another story waits for the world to see. Feel the thunder, the roar of the crowd, the engine singing victory, strong and proud. Green flags waving, the battle now begins. Tonight we'll discover who rises up and wins. The lights are on, the field is set. Another chapter waits to be written, another champion waits to be crowned. The battle begins now. Let's go racing.
As the Georgia Sunshine Over the legendary Atlanta Motor Speedway, the stage is set for another unforgettable chapter in stock car racing. For decades, the high-speed oval has challenged the sport. Greatest drivers producing breathtaking finishes and moments that have become part of racing history. Today, a new generation is ready to add its own legacy. Welcome to the United States Stock Car Association Truck Series hosted event, where determination meets horsepower and every lap matters. On one of the fastest tracks in America, there's no room for mistakes, no shortage of excitement, and only one driver will etch their name into Atlanta's history. My name is Michael Cordray, and alongside me tonight, once again, is Russell Heaton Jr. How you doing tonight, Russell?
I'm doing pretty good, Michael. What about yourself?
Doing alright. Had a eventful day at work. Had a transformer catch on fire. Pretty exciting. But we are going to be doing, I think it's 130 laps, I can't remember correctly, at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Air temp outside is 80 degrees. Track temp is 92 with 10-mile-an-hour winds to the north. I think they have 4 additional sets of tires. I forgot to check before the broadcast. But we're going to have some excitement tonight. We have a list of people tonight for this event. You can see the scoreboard right now. Over 19 people. Jump on the track and see who we got out here. Got Quincy Jones out on track. Trevor Todd. Kyle Schmidt's back out here. He was out there for the super late models at Myrtle Beach. That was one excitement to remember, Russell.
That was a very long race. I believe that broadcast went over 2 hours. And the changes to this race compared to last week was the caution laps will now count from now on.
Indeed. It will, because that was definitely a long race with no caution laps.
I'll tell you, that was... I'm glad it ended, but I'm glad it wasn't, because it was a great race in the end. But that race definitely went on for a little too long.
I was checking on some audio just in case before we get started for the race. There's still 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to practice. But you see, we got a bunch of people already up here trying to work together. I'll switch to the best laps. Number 38, Patrick Millette with the fastest with 30.178. You see some
Michael,
people. What's that?
If you look down in P8, we'll see a familiar face from last night at NGL Cup Series Atlanta, and that is Mark Long.
Yeah, he had a pretty good day. Got caught up in a lot of wrecks, but I think he was still able to finish the race, if I remember correctly.
I believe he did.
Looking at a couple people from the USSA League. Got Joseph Bonner out here on track. From Millsburg, Pennsylvania. David Johns out on track. Garrett Shaw. Joshua Norton Jr. is back with us. He had a decent race last week in the super late models. He was in the back majority of the race, but managed to get near the front by the end of the race.
I believe I believe I remember him. I'm having a hard time remembering drivers. There was so many last year. Now we got even more. There's still drivers joining in.
Yeah, we have 28 people registered for tonight's race. Trying to see if I can find some action going on the track. And it's going to be up here near the 10 of David Johns. Sorry. I got some new audio set up for the NASCAR style Crank It Up. A couple people are beating and banging down the back stretch. Got the 26, 11. It says that's the 99 of Marco over here. Checking on a couple people over here. Got a couple people leaving pit road. Got the 57 and the 1 hooked up right now. But while we wait for this practice to end, I'll be right back. Gotta go to the concession stand to get me something to drink real quick.
Friday night, the lights are bright. The grandstands packed, the stars ignite. From the green flag wave to the final lap, every driver knows there's no turning back. The stage is set, the field is tight. Championship dreams on the line tonight. A season's worth of sacrifice and speed. Now it's time to see who succeeds. 40 hearts beating under the hood. Every racer pushing harder than they should. Searching for an inch, hunting for a lane, risking everything for fortune and fame. The spotter calls, clear high, clear low. The leaders battle wherever they go. The crowd rises up as attention grows. Nobody knows how this story goes.
Alright, I'm back from getting a drink. Practice is wrapping up right now as we get ready for qualifying. You want to see who comes out on track first? Mark Long has entered the pit road. He's going to be the first one off pit road. Kyle Schmitz from Meriden, Idaho, out here on track. Joshua Schmitz. Now you see Mark Long now coming by to take his first lap. Back here was Kyle Schmitz. Mark Long coming out of turn number 4 to set his first lap. We got a fan up in here, Russell. Says, "Go Jones." Got a fan for Quincy Jones in the number 25 Monster Energy machine. Got some people setting some laps right now. Mark Long still leading the top of the board. Trevor Todd coming by to set his second lap. Mark Long still setting first with a 31.020 as Kyle Schmitz takes the lead with a 39.78. Go back and check on, where's he at? Quincy Jones coming by for his second lap. Let's see if he can improve on the second lap. As he comes across the start-finish line. Currently made it up to 8th. Not too much better. Got Marco out here. Jordan Freeman finishing up his laps. Joshua Norton out on track. Blake Vandergriff currently sitting P12, just taking his second lap. Russell, you're gonna have a workout for you today, especially with how many people out here on track?
Oh boy, I am with the starting grid.
Blake Vandergriff coming back across the start-finish line. Go moving up to 13th. Wes Lang out here. Looks like he might be finishing up his qualifying up to P2. Ran a 31.009, but no one has gotten close to Schmidt's 30.7, well, 978. John Stidham out here on track. Let's go Miller, that's my boy. Let's see if we got Miller out on track. Looks like Miller's going to be starting 18th as of right now. As the 22 of John Stidham comes by for the first time. Going to be 17th. Joseph Bonner now on track. Steve Best also out here. We're going to watch John Stidham finish his second lap. Let's go on board with him. Going to put him up to P2 with a 31.004. Steven Vest going by to set his second lap. Looks like he did not improve. Check back here on Patrick Millett. Joseph Bonner currently 17th. First time by, does he improve? Gonna put him up to 7th. back with Patrick Millette. Currently being scored 17th as Spencer's coming by for his second attempt. Going to throw him up to 6th place. As Patrick Millette comes out of turn number 4 for the final time, cutting the tri-oval.
Which I don't think this league actually allows. He goes to second.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the tri-oval is able to be used in this league. I know there's been a lot of discussions, especially in officials, about using all the tri-oval to try to get an advantage. Because you probably know from experience, Russell, it can cause a wreck real quick.
Yes, I've actually been the unfortunate one who has caused a wreck going down low. It was in a hosted, and I just kind of got loose and came back up, not even realizing I wasn't clear, and caused a big one at the front stretch.
Yeah, especially when you're driving like the O'Reillys, how loose they are. But looking at the YouTube channel, I'm not sure if you see this, Russell. We currently got 19 viewers. Appreciate you guys showing up and showing out for the United States Stock Car Association tonight here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And there's plenty of people that are going to witness me run out of breath trying to say all these names. 34 drivers in this field tonight.
Got Casey Watson out here on track. Looks like we have 34 people in the session tonight, Russell. So it's going to be very, very eventful. And I wouldn't be surprised, Russell, if there's going to be a lot of wrecks tonight.
And I was just about to say, with all this amount of drivers, I don't know how much fast repair these drivers have. I think they might need quite a few fast repairs for all the wrecks with how much cars are in the field. So
they gotta get a couple things figured out with the cams in a minute. Waiting for everybody to finish up qualifying. Casey Watson on his second attempt, currently sitting in 22nd, which is the 3rd slowest.
You know, Michael, if we look back to yesterday at Atlanta, we only had 9 drivers. And that was a pretty eventful race. So looking forward to 34 drivers. This is going to be chaotic.
Yeah, definitely it will be. Watson said did improve on second lap, put him up to 19th as qualifying's finishing up. I'll be right back. Gotta fix a couple things with the cameras. Bear with me one moment while I get these fixed. Alright, as everybody's starting to grid, let me double check all these camera angles real quick. Oh, darn. Don't have a camera for the pace car. Alright. Let's get ready to do the welcoming, Russell, of introducing all the drivers for tonight's race. You want to take it away?
Yes, sir. In P1, we have Kyle Smits. And in P2, we have the 36 machine of Patrick Millette. In P3, with the 22 machine, we have Jonathan Stintholm. And in P4, we have the 41 machine of Wes Lang. In P5, we have the 48 of Mark Long. In P6, we have the 26 car of Sam Murto. In P7, we have the 03 of Spencer Alfin. In P8, we have the 29 car of Joshua Schmitz. In P9, we have the 11 truck of Joseph Bonner. In P10, we have the 28 of Brandon Lawson. In P11, we have the 10 truck of David Johns. In P12, we have the 16 of Garrett Shaw. In P13, we have the 14 of Trevor C. Todd. In P14, we have the 25 of Quincy Jones. And in P15, we have the 99 car of Marco Berube. In P16, we have the 24 car of Joshua Norton. In P17, we have the 8 car of Jacob Major. In P18, we have the free truck of Blake Vandergift. I think that's how you say it. In P19, we have the 17 truck of Casey Watson. And in P20, we have the 32 truck of Thomas Bieserdorf. In P21, we have the 19 truck of Lauren Little. And in P22, we have the 7 truck of Jordan Vrooman. And in P23, we have the 60 truck of Steve Vest. And in P24, we have the 27 truck of Archer Miller. In P25, we have the 08 of Chris Wills. And in P26, we have the 54 of Aiden Vija. And in I'm in the wrong order here. Sorry.
You're good. You're at P27 with Kason J. Collier.
And in P28, we have the 57 of Aaron Roth. In P29, we have Tim Yersband. And in P30, we have the 67 of Mikey Allen. In P31, we have James Foster in the 23. In P32, we had the 519 of Rob Shaw. And in 33, in the third spot, we have Jackson Tovo.
As we go green, Russell. Trying to go back live. You're all good. We got a lot of people on track, so it's going to be kind of hard to get everybody. You see them side by side. Going basically all the way back to the back of the pack. Looking up here near the front. Got Sam, the 26 currently leading. Got the 03 right behind, and looks like the 11 is trying to battle back on the outside lane. As we do have a caution.
Flag. A couple cars are down in pit road.
Go back and take a look at that wreck, see what happened here. Didn't register as a wreck, so I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Looks like the 99 and the 14 got into it. Both of them looks like they have some internet issues. 60 involved as well, hardened to the inside wall. Go back and see what the 60 saw real quick. Looks like he might be having some internet issues. Can't get onto him. As it looks like maybe a couple people might have pit. Yes, got Trevor C. Todd pit road fixing his damage. Same with the 60 as well. Kyle Schmidt's made it up to the lead. See where he came from to get there. Started first up, first. See the 7 drop back down all the way to 7th. Within a couple laps, he was leading early on. So we take a look at the line of cars we have going by. We got a couple people up in the chat talking. Says let's go Miller, let's go Lawson. Take a look, see where those two are. Lawson's back here in 11th place. Lost 1 spot since the start of the race, and let's see where Mr. Miller is. Currently sitting back here in the 25th position. Lost 1 spot since the start of the race. Looks like we might have some timing issues going on. As we should be going green next time by. Looking out the back bumper of Kyle Schmidt's leading. Got the 38th of Patrick Millette. Starting on the outside of him. As you can hear, the 38 RE clutching early on this race. Taking a look at chat, guys. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a good Monday morning. Well, not Monday morning, but not Monday night.
Looking in the YouTube chat, don't know how you say his username. He says go Mark Long. You know, from the performance we saw yesterday, I'd say he's a pretty comfortable pick. Sitting here in P4 in the 48 truck. You keep a watchful eye on him. He's, if I had to say, he's my pick to win this race.
Yeah, he gets to stay up there, stay out of the incidents. He got caught in a bunch of those yesterday. But we should probably see him fall back a little bit, Russell, as we get ready to go green.
Pace car leading the field, the massive field. As he ducks in, Kyle Schmidt to lead the field back to green from the first yellow flag into the Echo Park race start zone. Green flag is back underway. Kyle Schmidt getting a good start off the launch of the first caution. Ducking up high. He has a very, very huge gap. This could affect him when we go, when they get the run.
See Mark Long out here by himself, starting to fall back. Currently back down to 7th place. Probably gonna fall in line right behind the Sam Morito. You see Joseph Bonner up there on the high side with the 16 of Garrett Shaw. As you got a car around, 10's around, 8's around. Huge impact. Got the 24 in the air. We definitely got to go back and watch that one. That's where we're having some issues. Gotta do the old-fashioned way, Russell. It's not registering these wrecks.
Oh,
Got a couple people up in chat also tagging along for this race. See the 24 up there. 10 gets tight, hits the outside wall, comes down, collects the 8, hits the wall again, and the 24 goes airborne. 12's involved, 32, 19, the 57. The 10 also involved in that. Got a couple more chatters. 38, 22, and 11. Then my boys, let's go. We also got Come On Quincy Jones, Time to Shake and Bake. Let's go Mike Allen. And that was indeed a huge crash. Well, I would say close to half the field was involved in that crash.
that was probably understatement for half the field. That was more than half. That hard wreck, like that was big. Was not expecting that only on lap 9. Remember, this isn't a 100-lap race.
Just gotta switch to the camera angle real quick. You just see how long this line is. Already got the 19 of, well, the 25 of Jones out of the race. Dixie of Vest is out.
You know, Michael, good thing this race is counting caution laps.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a long night. But I would assume if they guys get this figured out, get single file for a little bit, it's gonna be less wrecks. That's the pace car light should be going off this time by. With Patrick Millette currently being scored as your leader.
Like I said, that huge gap that Kyle Smith got to the field on the restart, it affected him, and Millette just easily took the high lane and got by him. You know, the draft is a powerful thing here at Atlanta ever since the repave back in 2022.
Yeah, and these are not one of the tracks that you want to be pushing that much, especially in the corners, for how hard you do have to turn, unlike Talladega and Daytona. You can get that car a little upset real quick, especially if you get into that left rear.
For sure. This is definitely a track you prefer to do push and keep the bubble, but you know, a lot of drivers push here, and that's what's causing the wrecks. This pace car heading down into turn 3. We are about to go back green for the third time this race.
So one of the people I got my pick on, currently sitting in P3, is going to be John Stenham.
I'm going to keep all my money on Mark Long as pace car ducks down into pit lane with our new leader Patrick will lead the field to the green flag.
As you see the 38 get into a good jump on them, but you want to slow down just a little bit to keep the cars in behind them at bay. They see Kyle Schmitz pushing the 38 down the backstretch as the 22 jumps up high. Got the 03 of Spencer Alphin up there as well. 38 goes up to block the outside lane. Couldn't get clear. Now does get clear at the 22. Falls back down to the bottom. Got some action going on back here. Seeing everybody still side by side, couple back here in the back. Starting a single file out. But you also gotta make sure you stay with the draft, especially back there in the back.
We had a slow car on the back stretch as he comes into pit road. Just looks like he might have gotten turned because he was slow entering turn 3. As we have a new leader, that would be the 83 truck.
03
Sorry,
of Spencer Alphin
03 truck.
comes up here to the lead. He got no help. Staying on the bottom. Needs to go up and block the outside lane, which he doesn't, which is going to put the 1 to his outside with a whole line of cars right behind him. And you see how far the 16 is from the back of the 03, which he jumps up high. And that's going to leave the 03 as a sitting duck until looks like the 38 gets back up there. As you see the 16 leaning on his doors as they go 3 wide, 29, 16, and the 03. 16 is the meat in the sandwich. As they figure it out, go back 2 wide, going to turn number 1. Want to take a look back here at your pick, Russell. Mark Long. Currently falling back to 9th. Just sitting comfortable on the outside line right behind the 12 of Jason. But
No, people were complaining.
oh, we got a
about
wreck.
internet issues.
24's around. Exit hard into the outside wall. See if we can get a look at that. See the 24 right behind the 3. As the 7 come up, it gets him. Looks like the 25 got tagged in the right door. Doesn't look like too much damage from him. As you see the 24 back it in hard into the outside wall. Got some heavy damage on that rear end. As we come back up to the front, Kyle Schmitz took the lead back. Oh, I just now realized this, Russell. Look who is in P1 and 2. You got Kyle Schmitz and Joshua Schmitz. Wonder if those two are related.
I would assume so.
If they're related, you can probably guess they might be working together. I would assume the one of Kyle Schmitz would jump up high, grab Joshua, so you can bring him back down to the bottom. But while we wait for them to get this figured out under caution, let's take a look at the biggest gainer so far. Carson has gained 20 spots since the start of the race, up to 7th place. Mike Allen up 15, sitting in 15. Tim Brand, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, up 13, sitting in 16th. James Foster Sr. up 10th, sitting in 21st. Up now to 22nd. Garrett Shaw up 9, sitting in P3. Fastest 5, Kyle Schmitz with a 37.49. Joshua Schmitz 37.51. Garrett Shaw with a 37.56. Wes Lang with a 37.68. And Spencer Alphin with a 37.85. All of them going from P1 to P5 with the fastest lap so far. So Russell, when is it time to come down pit road, get new tires? Because you know this track will eat tires real quick.
Personally, not yet. I would wait till around lap 30 or so to come down, get some new fuel, and get some new tires. And that's all depending if we have any more cautions. Because with how it's going, we probably will. But, you know, I would probably go, you know, currently, if we go green for the rest of the way, I would probably go lap 30, lap 35. But if we have more cautions, you could probably push that back to lap 40 or. But that is all, like, again, depending on these drivers' the fuel, and you know, if they can make it to a 45 or 45 stint on tires without their fuel tank running dry.
Yeah, you know, on old tires, depending on the track temp, it's either going to make you super tight or super loose. Especially in the center, if you're having to crank that wheel a little too much to the left, it can make you lose corner exit. As you hear Kyle Schmidt's clutching, going down the back stretch. Currently, sounds like he's might be in the 4th gear. I'm not sure if they're trying to save enough to make it a one-stop race, or if they have enough to try to make it into a zero-stop race. That's the pace car should be ducking off very shortly. You got the Schmitz brothers currently sitting on the top row with Garrett Shaw, Wes Lang right behind those two.
As Schmitz leads the field to the green flag back underway. So you see, we'll call Schmitz jump back up in front of Joshua.
And you see those top three got a huge jump on everybody else in the back. Won't be surprised if the 03 that's sitting back here in P4 tries to take it to the outside of the 29 as we jump a little further back, seeing everybody side by side. 26, 38, 22, and 11 trying to work together. Heard it from a guy in chat. 38, 22, and 11 are teammates, so I would assume they would try to work with them, each other all the way up to the front.
The one gets loose off the 16's bumper. Looks like the 16 tried to give him more of an arrow push into the corner, and the one's car just did not like it.
I see the 16 now taking the lead from the one as the one's trying to battle back on the inside with the 21 pushing the 6, 29 right behind the one as the outside got disconnected.
So Michael, you were right. The two Schmitz will helping each other here.
And it might be hurting them, especially with the momentum the outside line has. As you see, the one still trying to fight back on the inside. The 16 can't hold the middle lane going into the turns, which is hurting them just a little bit.
21 trying his hardest to stay connected to the 16, but he's just not being able to do it. As does the car down pit road.
As you got a car back here, looks like in 17th. 92 of Tim has lost the draft. He's going to be hoping for a caution real soon as we jump back up here. Kyle Schmidt's down to 4th now as the outside is prevailing. As you see the 29 Bell half a car length back off of him. Got the 22 in the wall back here in the back. Going to be John Stidham. As we got a car loose going into turn number 1, that'd be the 67 of Mike Allen. Made contact with the car on the inside as they are now 3 wide going down the backstretch. Trying to figure it out. 11-3 and the 67 still 3 wide going into turn number 3. That's the 67 is going to fall back behind the 3. As they need to get single filed out before they start losing the draft as well. Jumping back up to the front row, so you see the top 4 running in the middle of the high line and just pulling away from the bottom.
Kyle Schmitz has not been able to hold the bottom line, which has been hurting them just a little bit. He's moving up everywhere, and that's not allowing cars to stay connected with him.
But do you think, Russell, this might be like the draft package at Daytona and Talladega where the top line is preferred?
I would say right now, definitely go up to the top. It is a much better line. We're going to stay get loose.
As they're 3 wide, 12, 22, and 11. We're 3 wide for a minute as the 26, 03, and the 27 up here 3 wide for third place. The 03 might be falling back, got no help from behind as the 16 is trying to catch up there, battle the 1 for first place as we have some issues going on in the back. Well, got one car out in that wall. Heavy contact with the 25, no caution.
2 more cars go around.
26 and the 29 also involved. 26 is going to tow it back to pit road as caution now is out for the 4th time tonight.
Made it to lap 28. I think this is a good time to come down to pit road and take some new tires and some fuel. We're honestly at that point.
Go back and look at what happened to a couple of these drivers. See, you got the 3 right behind the 25 going into the tri-oval. 3 gets into the back, gets him loose, tries to save it, overcorrects it, and comes straight into the outside wall, blowing his engine. As we had the, I want to say the 23. You remember who was in that accident, Russell?
Who was in that accident?
The second accident down the backstretch.
I believe I saw the 26.
26. Take a look at the 26 here on the chopper cam. The 29 to his inside, being pushed by 11, coming out of the turn number 2, getting loose, comes down into the 29, ends up backing up in the wall. 29 hard into the inside wall as well. As we got everybody basically coming down pit road, got a couple people staying out. Patrick Millette on pit road, taking 4 tires. Couple people, looks like they might have taken 2 or fuel only. Probably got some fast repairs. As we got 1 car stopped right outside of its pit stall. Gonna be John Stenham. Got Joshua Norton Jr. down pit road. Quincy Jones still on pit road. As the 16 stayed out, he's going to be scored P1. But you want to know what I think, Russell?
What do you think, Michael?
I think we're going to hit lap 30. I think it's going to be a time for a NASCAR style crank it up when they go back green.
Yes, sir.
As the pace car light should be going off this time by. As the field starting to restack. Take a look. Back here, Russell Mark Long. Back up to P8. Currently down 3 spots since the start of the race. See if we can take a look at the people with the biggest fall off. 38th back down to 16th. 26 lost also 11 spots since the start of the race. Carl Schmidt's down 19th spot. Oh no, had some scoring issues, showing him currently second.
And yellow will be extended 1 lap.
Got a message in here. Why do I gotta work 3rd shift? Should be out there with the boys. Work sucks. Indeed, work sucks. There's nothing better than spending the night on some iRacing. As the pace car should be ducking off this time by.
There was a extended yellow issued by Patrick Millette. Sorry, I had to think of his last name for a minute. He changed it to the green. Now we'll be going 1 to green. Hopefully pace car ducking in this time.
Taking a look at my pick, Russell. Sitting back here in P17, it's going to be John Stidham. He didn't get off pit road. I'm not sure if he had some issues going on. Take a look at a couple drivers we haven't talked about tonight. We have the 27 Archer Miller. He got a fan currently in chat. But Russell, we're also up to 31 viewers. Appreciate you for showing out for the United States Stock Car Association here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And hearing from Quincy Jones himself, too much damage, he's done.
Ooh. Here we have a person in chat that said good luck to Quincy Jones. Shame he's out this early on in the race.
Rebecca Jones said, "Go Jones." Unfortunately, Quincy is out of the session due to damage. Pace car ducking down. Here we go, Garrett Shaw leading the field.
As they come by the start, they come by the start finish line, we're going to go to a NASCAR style crank it up. Jumping back live, you got the 31 of Wes Lang battling on the inside of the 1 of Kyle Schmitz for first place. He's up 2 spots since the start of the race. Got the 11 right behind him. And you see they're pretty even between the first 3 rows on top and bottom. It looks like the 17 back here getting a little loose. That would be Casey Watson. Currently up to 7th.
It appears there was an issue with the 16 of Garrett Shaw, had to pit. Don't know what happened with him.
Coming back up to the front, you see the bottom lane connected more in the top. There's only 2 people up at the top. You see the 1 trying to battle hard to keep the 31 at bay, as the 31 gets a little loose from the push from the 11. As you see the 11 still over the back bumper of the 21. But the 03 is now getting the run to the 1, which is now clear of the 27 as they're going to go 3 wide as there's a caution. I'm not sure what the caution's for. I don't see a wreck at all.
And there's a wreck under yellow.
The 03 is around. See if we can see what happened to them under caution. .31 gets into the 03, sends them up to the outside wall, collecting the 17. What's up, Jessica? What's up, Mustang Race? Oh, Russell, guess who's in the chat tonight?
I see him, MP. You know, I was teammates with him for the longest time. I'll tell you, if you ever want to, you know, meet a great person, you go talk with that guy, Lemuel Price. He's an amazing person. Glad to see he's in the broadcast.
If you guys want to check out Lemuel on Twitch, you can follow him. He races pretty often, almost live every single day. Check him out on Twitch at MP214512. Also give him a follow on YouTube as well. I'm not sure if he uploads to YouTube as much as he does on Twitch. Got a couple people down pit road. Got the 31 and Mark West Lang, Casey Watson down pit road. Mark Long, John Stenham also down on pit road. Just me, MP. Thanks for the promo. You know you helped me out a lot, MP. Least I can do is give you a shout out. Come on, 27. You can do this. Where is the 27? 27 is out. Looks like out of the race probably. Let me check. Can you confirm, see if the 27th out of the race, Russell?
I see him on pit road. Don't know. He's currently being scored a lap down in P21. Can't tell if he's out. But Sam Marito has been removed from the session.
Go Vandy number 3. Let's see where the number 3 is. Blake Vandergriff. Currently sitting in 17th, up one spot since the start of the race. Looking out the front bumper, the car right in front of him, which should be the 03, has some heavy damage. If we can look out the back bumper of the 28, Russell, and take a look just how bad that damage is with the 03. Trying to find him here. See, he has some heavy right front damage. Looks like the camber's knocked out. He also has some rear end damage, which is going to be an issue with him, especially trying to keep up with the pack. Especially for how far back he is, he's going to have to rely on some help. As the pace car lights are off, we should be going by, well, green this time by.
And we got an update on Archie Miller. He is in the session still with a little bit of front end damage.
Pace car ducks down for the 5th time tonight, as Kyle Schmitz brings him to the green with Joseph Bonner outside of him. See the one getting a good jump to the outside. The inside of the 11, 67 right behind, that's going to be Mike Allen. Battling on the inside of the 11, trying to get to the back bumper, but the 11's not going to let him. As you see the one jump high to the top, trying to do some lane control, blocking both lanes. And see Joseph Bonner up to second. Now 3 wide for first place. As we got the 99 around. There's going to be Mark. Still getting loose. Ends up saving it. He's going to lose the draft. As we jump back up near the front. See everybody's side by side. 11 on the inside of the 1 of Kyle Schmitz. Kyle Schmitz trying to fight it back on the outside line. Got the 28 of Braden Malson up here, up the second. You see the 11 battling back on the inside. Got the 67 of Braden Lawson now trying to push him. The 19 of Lauren Little. 22 and the 7 falling back.
I forget who said it, but someone said it in the chat. Let's go 67.
That's going to be Jessica. 67 Mike Allen.
Mikey Allen up to P4.
As we got the 17 in the outside wall, hard into the outside wall.
No caution so far. We keep it green.
He gets most likely a meatball. You can see that front end bouncing up and down. Looks like he has no steering. He hits hard on the inside wall. He's going to bring that car probably to a stop as he's back up on track, but jump back up here to the front. Mikey Allen sitting there here on the bottom lane, pushing the 11, trying to get caught back up to the 1. That's the 1 and 28 in the outside wall, going down the back stretch, which is going to help the 67 and 11 get that momentum. As you see the 17 down there stopped on the bottom of the track. 11 better keep his foot down. Don't lift. Oh, he's definitely not lifting. He's doing a lot of battling with the 1 that's trying to get back to his outside line, but he got the Mike Allen, the 67, right behind pushing him. As you see the outside line starting to fade just a little bit. As you see Russell, the inside is hooked up a little bit better as the 1 is getting a huge run as the 03 and the 48's around. Heavy damage on the front right of him. Got some rear end damage as well. The 08 of Chris Willis also has some damage. Let's go back and take a look at that from the chopper cam. See the 16 getting a little loose. Looks like the 31 gets into the 08. Send them up and collecting the 3. Go back and take a look at that. From the front bumper of the 31. If I can find the 31. See the 31 getting a run, come out turn 4, come down, got into the left, well, right rear of the 08. It's not going to have that much damage. Oh. As we got a couple people down pit road. Patrick Millette down pit road, Wes Lang. Chris Willis back here, Blake Vandergriff, Stephen Vest, Archer Miller, James Foster, Joshua Norton on pit road. Let's fucking go 48. Let's see where the 48 is. Mark Long. Currently sitting in P5, started P5. As the 12 comes back down to get some service. Mikey Allen's going to be starting in P2 on the outside of the 11, and he's going to have the 28 of Braden Lawson right behind him. But Russell, the outside lane's going to have a challenge, especially when the 1 and 11 are going to be starting on the bottom.
Yes, sir. Hard challenge. Those two have been working together pretty well. It looked like, but they did have a couple of good battles when they were first and the second. But if we look back at V5, we'll see the pick I chose to win this race, Mark Long. He's climbed himself back from a little deficit he had earlier in the race, got involved in a wreck, and is back up in the front.
I'm trying to see where my pick is. Currently sitting back here in P15. Just now coming off pit road. Trying to see if he has any damage. Looks like his car's clean. We jump up to the front. Pace car lights are off. You're going to have the 48 Russell, your pick, starting third on the inside line. Remember your left turns. Sometimes you got to turn right. KG. Go number 12, Carson. See where Carson is currently sitting back here at P16. As we get ready for the green flag, pace car is off for the sixth time tonight.
Joseph Bonner, leading them to green. Confusing last name. Everyone has called him so many names when I raced with him. You know, he went by 5 different last names, so it's hard to remember the actual one.
Now you see the 11 jumping up to the top, trying to grab the 67 to push the 1 further back, because you know the 1 is pretty quick.
He had a great restart, didn't get too far, but didn't get too close. You know, he had the perfect distance you want from a restart as the leader.
And you can see we already have 2 packs, 10th on back. Got to try to get themselves figured out. Look off the back bumper of the 7. See them all spread out. They need to start going into a single file line if they want to try to catch back up to the main pack. As you see the 16 giving him some shots going down the back stretch. That's a 30, looks like the 32 or 38's down there battling side by side. That's where we're going to jump back up to the front and see what's going on up here. As we have a caution. Looks like 38's involved, 31. Looks like the team made it through. The 31 has some major left, right rear damage. That's it for the 3 truck. That damage was race ending. Take a look, see what happened off the chopper cam. They're already wrecking up here. Let's go back just a little bit more. Having some issues trying to get to that camera angle. See the 421 hitting the outside wall. 16 in the middle. 16 comes down, gets to 38. 31 involved. 22 also involved. Elbows up, ML. We got a lot of people coming down pit road. Mark Long stays out with Case and Case and Kyle Schmidt's down pit road. Spencer Alphin, John Stenham, Wes Lang, Patrick Millett, Joshua Schmitz, Joseph Bonner, Chris Willis, Braden Walton, Mike Allen, Jordan Verman, also down pit road. They got to get some damage fixed and get back out on track. But Russell, look who's sitting up here in P1.
Mark Long, my pick to win this race. He's a well-deserving driver from what I've seen of him. Amazing driver, nice and clean, and he's normally the one that is the victim of all the wrecks.
But we're going to take a look, see when the top 5 was last pitted. See, Mark Long pitted 16 laps ago. Carson last pitted 5 laps ago. But Russell, is the 16 lap old tires going to play a factor when you got Chris Willis starting P3 with the freshest tires?
I think it will. I've seen it where even just 5 laps have made a difference. So, I think 16 laps will seriously make a difference, and he won't be as quick as the restart, as he will have less grip than all the other cars.
Yeah, especially being on the bottom, it's going to tear your tires up a little bit more than the second lane will. Especially when the cars are trying to side draft you, it's going to make that car push tight.
And we have the 11 car separating the two teammates, the Smiths. Both teammates.
See if we can see where some of the teammates are between the 38, 22, and 11. 38 is going to be starting 12, 22 is going to be 14th, and the 11 is going to be starting P6. So you got a couple teammates back here going to be working together.
It makes all the difference here at Atlanta.
As you see Mark Long with some right rear damage. Got the 23, looks like. Has some heavy front end damage. Gonna be starting on the bottom.
Pace car ducking down into pit lane. Joseph leading the field back to green flag. Green flag back underway.
You mean you guys are buddy Mark Long leading the field back to green?
Long. I was on the wrong car.
As you see, Mark Long got a huge jump on the outside lane, already up to 0.3 seconds from the back of that's going to be the Chris Willis, the 08, going to have that huge run going down the backstretch as he looks high on the 48. 29 is going to go with them.
Now that's an issue. No cars near him. No, Mark Long finally got a partner, but that's already too late. Chris Willis clears Mark Long.
Now you see the 29 is going to go with them, cleared Mark Long as well. 12 on the outside as well. On those 5 lap old tires, as you see Mark Long trying to battle back as we're going 3 wide with the 03, 12, and 11. As you see the 11 back out of it, not wanting to go 3 wide on lap 56.
'29 still trying to fight back with the 12 and 11 car on the top lane. No, he's almost clear of him. He just still has a fender to go.
Looks like we might be having some issues going on back here near 4th place. Got the 08, 48, 11, 1, 03, and the 12 trying to battle hard as they're 3 wide. Joseph Bonner now sitting 3 wide with the 48 and the 12. That's the 11 still sitting 3 wide as the 16 follows, getting that run going up the middle, giving the 11 a push coming out of the turn number 2 down the backstretch. You see it's not helping them as the 16 goes up to the top. As now the 16, 12, and 11 are 3 wide. 16 is going to be the meat in the sandwich. That's the 03 back there getting a little loose. 21's right behind him. as Joseph Bonner steps out of it. 16 is going to duck down to the bottom lane. Let's go check on near the back of the pack. Backpack is kind of spread out just a little bit. Mike Allen's sitting here in P11. Jumping back up to the front. Got the 12 pushing the 29. 16 goes up the block. Joseph Bonner's hanging out to dry, waiting for the 08 to catch up to the back bumper as they are 3 wide, 29, 11, and the 08. As you see the 12 giving Joseph Bonner a push down the back stretch. That's going to be Kaysen. You see them still all balanced side by side. It looks like they're all trying to jock for position, especially near the middle of the pack.
I think it's still a little early to... Oh, 11's around. Just got hooked in front of the field.
11 airborne down the back stretch. Looks like half the field was involved in that. See if we can look back here off the chopper cam, see what happened to the leaders. You see the 21 with some heavy damage on that left front. See, they're already wrecking back here.
And now Garrett Shaw has been disqualified for apparently being a lapped car and racing the field.
You see the 16 comes down, gets into the 23. Joseph Bonner up almost onto his lid. 28 involved, 08. 67 made it through. Let's go back, Russell, and see what the 67 saw. Lawson's my GOAT. We're going to go on board with the 67 of Mike Allen. You see he got some front end damage. Let's go on board with the 11 of Joseph Bonner. See what he saw.
Just looked like he couldn't check up in time and it ended the 12.
You see him sliding up just a little bit, then gets right hooked. Man, that's one scary ride for Joseph Bonner in the 11.
Hard impact.
As you see him still sitting on pit road. Mark Long leaving pit road. Joseph Bonner now leaving. Point 2 of John Stenham leaving pit road. But looking back here, Russell, see the 21 still sitting on pit road with left front damage. Joshua Smith's also still on pit road as he's starting to leave. Got a couple people still on pit road. Thomas, Chris Willis, Aaron Ruth, Archer Miller. Trying to get some more of that front end damage fixed. You see the rest of the people on pit road leaving pit road to try to beat the pace car. As you still got a couple people on pit road. 23, 24. 99, 60 down pit road. But that wreck, Russell, is going to put the 12 of Kaysen up to the lead.
Yes, sir. I forget who it was. It was Vic Bear who said to go hashtag 12 Carson.
Merritt can't catch a break. Could have been worse. Indeed, if you look at the outside, well, starting rows with the 12 and the 67, you can see both of them have some heavy damage. Looks like the 28 still has some front end damage as well, but the 38 looks like he got a fast repair. That car is clean. As the 67 is going to have some major issues, especially being up there in the front with that front end damage. As the pace car ducks down for the 8th time tonight, Kaysen Collier is going to lead them to the green flag. Now you see Kaysen getting a good jump to 28, trying to get to his back bumper. 67 trying to fight on the outside line. See the 38 trying to push the 67 up to the front. 28 starting to fall back just a little bit. There you see that's the 7 up there wrestled in the 421 paint scheme. Trying to battle now with the 12. As the 28 is trying to battle back with the 48 of Mark Long, trying to push him up to the front. Let's go.
Yo, Mark.
Kaysen. The 7 of Jordan Vrooman pushing Kaysen up to the front. He got some right rear damage and front end damage. And you see the 7 trying to get to the inside. 12 goes down the block. And you see the 7 jumping back up to the top. Getting to the outside of the 12. Got the 67 right behind. The 12 is going to start falling back.
There's no draft help near him. That's going to be an issue. The nearest car is the 28, which is a decent mile down. And I think by the end of
they're 3 wide back here, Russell.
Oh,
92, 22, 11, 3 wide. As the 92 gets into the 22 just a little bit. Going to send him back. As they're trying to go 3 wide, the 38 dives it down underneath the 7 for first place. 38 Patrick Millette back on point as he got a huge gap. You see the 1 back here easily getting out around the 67 with that front end damage as the 29 is now to his outside of Mike Allen. You see the 67 starting to fade with the 12 because of that front end damage. Back up to the front. You got the Schmidt brothers sitting 2nd and 3rd as they start to look on the outside of the 38 of Patrick Millette. As we do have another caution. 12's involved in that. Kaysen Collier. See if we can go back and take a look at that. See if I can find the 12. Gotta do it the old-fashioned way, Russell. Having some issues trying to register as a wreck. See the 12 on the outside of the 32. Going 3 wide in the middle. Looks like a little bit of net code with looks like the 48. Got net code into the car on the bottom, sent the car up into the 12. You see Carson going come down pit road.
Heavy damage.
Got the toe knocked out of that. Right front damage, left and right rear damage as well. Mark Long down pit road as well. And Russell, we got an issue with the 38 of Patrick Millett. You got the Schmitz brothers right behind.
They've been working good together all race.
You're going to have Kyle starting P2, Joshua starting P3. On my pick, Russell made it back up to 5th place after that accident.
My pick, I think, went down pit road.
He's still on pit road. But checking in with one of the fan favorites in chat tonight, Braden Lawson got some right front damage and some right rear damage. But with it being lap 72 out of 100, Russell, would you have pitted with that damage if you're sitting up here in P6? Sounds like Russell might be having some technical difficulties.
Sorry, the headset volume was turned down to 0.
All good. Mark Long back here on track. He's going to be starting P9 when he gets caught back up to the back of the pack. Patrick Millett starting in P1. Carson Long got his damage fixed. He's going to be starting back here in P8 on the outside line. Right behind the 28, and the 28, Russell has some front end and right side damage, which might slow down that 12.
Ran out of fast repairs, it looks like. Or he didn't use one.
As the back of the pack is still trying to catch back up to the front of the pack. Take a look at the race recap so far. Patrick Millett leading 9 cautions, 34 laps, 14 lead changes. As the pace car ducks down for the 9th time tonight. Patrick Millett's going to be leading them back to green. Getting a good jump on everybody else. You see the 11 trying to battle back. Trying to get clear of the 29, jumps down. You can see everybody trying to start the single file out. 12 machine up there on the top. Trying to get a run. There you see the 21 down on the bottom. Trying to stay out of everybody's way.
And Michael, if you look at the top, you got the 2 Schmitz brothers working together.
But you got the 38 that doesn't want them up there. You got the 11 down there on the bottom. That's going to work with the 38. There you see the 1 now to the outside of the 8. You got the 12 back there pushing as well with the Schmidt brothers.
Tons of drivers helping them. So I got another driver. I can't see who it is. It looks to be Wills. He's also up there in the top lane. Only 4 drivers in the top lane. Everyone else is in the bottom. That lane is the bottom lane just got shuffled, it looked like, and lost some of its drivers.
You see the 1 machine went to go block the bottom, killed that inside momentum, jumped back up to the top to grab his brother. In the 29 machine, you got the 12 sitting back here, currently battling with the 38 for P3. Here you see the inside still starting to fade backwards. There you see Joseph Bonner pushing the 38, trying to push him back up to the front, as the 12 is going to get clear of the 38, but the 38 is going to be battling back on the inside. As you see the 08 up in the wall in the turn number 3, going to disrupt the outside line. As we got a couple more people on the wall, the 08 back into the wall again. Got the 67 off track back here. You can see everybody's starting to migrate up to the top line, because that's the line that's prevailing the most, as Joseph Bonner is trying to make that inside work as the 12 jumps down in front of Joseph Bonner.
You know, my pick is on the bottom, pushing the 421, it looks like.
See the 12 now battling for the lead with the 1 of Kyle Schmitz, with Joseph Bonner right behind pushing. Joseph Bonner all over the back bumper. The 29 is not hooked up with the 1, but the 7 is catching back up to the back of Joseph Bonner. And it looks like the Kaysen, Mark Long's around, ends up saving it. As the 12 clears the 1 for first place, Joseph Bonner still right behind, pushing. I wouldn't be surprised if the 12 machine goes up the block, and he does. Blocking the outside line, getting a shove from the 1 going down the backstretch, staying high. He has to come down, try to protect that middle line from the 1, because he will take it. You see the 12 now leading the charge with 20 laps to go. Joseph Bonner starting to fade back just a little bit to the back of the 7 of Jordan Vroom. As you see the 11 battling on the inside of the 1, as the outside lane is fading quickly as the 12 jumps down in front of the 11. As you see the 7 getting a little loose coming out of turn number 4 into the tri-oval. At the 12, 11 running the bottom. 1's going to fall in line into P3. And the Schmidt brother, Joshua, in the 29 is falling back to P6. Fighting the 67 on the outside line.
Joshua Smith just looks to be getting shuffled out, and his brother almost got shuffled out.
Jumping back up to the front, Joseph Bonner still on the back bumper of the 12. As his brother is trying to catch back up to the back bumper of Kyle. As the 12's in the wall.
In the wall again.
Major contact.
Back on the field.
Caution's out for the 10th time today. Hopefully he has another fast repair. This kid is insane. Go Carson. Man, that was the wrong time to say it. Go back and look.
It just went right back down in front of the field. Might not have had steering.
Looks like he went to go block the 11. Russell got hooked in the right rear. Got to hit a few more times. Looks like somebody might have blew his engine.
I can't tell if he didn't have steering or anything, because he cut right back down on the field.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to come down. If he has any more tires, take a fresh set and try to fix on that damage if he doesn't have a fast repair. As they want to put Joseph Bonner to the lead. And he's going to have Kyle Schmidt starting right behind him. You're going to have the 7 of Jordan Vrooman. Mike Allen working his way back up to the front. As you see Kyle Schmidt jumping down the pit road. Same with his brother, 38 of Patrick Millette. The 99 down pit road. It's going to be... What is that? Not sure who that is. But it looks like majority of the field's coming down pit road. Get some service. Top 4 staying out. That's going to put John Stenham back up to 5th. 92 trying to catch back up. Mark Long got some rear end damage. Come back, Carson. You're good coming back from the pack. That's coming from Casey. Take a look at Carson back here, still on pit road.
It appears he still has front end damage, so he might not have a fast repair remaining. He had serious toe damage. I don't think if he doesn't have a fast repair, he is definitely out of contention if he has toe damage. You know, toe damage at any super speedway or at any track. Not, you know, I've come back with field damage, but you know, toe damage seriously screws you up. So
yeah, he's still sitting on pit road. Kaysen, not Carson. Is it me saying that or the wrestle saying that? Might be a mixture of both.
if I did, I am so sorry. I've mixed up names all night.
It's probably because you're Canadian.
Earlier, I wanted to call Patrick
Millette.
Post Malone. I had no idea why. I immediately caught myself and I just stopped talking. But on one of the restarts, it was almost go Post Malone.
Jason still sitting on pit road. Now going a lap down. Still trying to get the damage fixed. As the field is lined up. Looking at the 32 up here sitting in P4. Got some front end damage.
Jason's moving.
Yeah, he still got a lot of left front damage. He comes by coming out of pit road. You can just see how far that tire is leaning outward. Joseph Bonner is back up to the lead while we wait for the pace car to come back around. Joseph Bonner is your leader. 10 cautions, 37 laps, 16 lead changes. But there's definitely going to be a lot more lead changes. And probably a few more cautions as we are coming to lap 87 out of 100.
You know, Michael, we started this race off with 35 drivers. Could you take a guess now for how many we have left?
Definitely not 35.
We have 18 drivers left in this field, and I didn't even notice green flag back underway. Didn't even notice this was coming to the green. Joseph getting a good launch. So coming to on 14 to go. Not long left in this race. Now's the time you want to start making some practice. Now's the time you want to start making passes. Not practice, making passes.
There you see the 11 far up there as the 7's going to get a run looking to the outside as the 32 staying to the bottom. Got the 67, he fixed his front end damage. But that 32's going to probably slow the inside down just a little bit as Joseph gets clear of the 7. As the 7 gets loose, 3 wide, 67, 1 and the 7. As he's going to fall in behind Kyle Schmitz. As you see, there's only 2 people right now with the bottom lane. See Kyle Schmitz worked his way back up to second, trying to look to the outside of Joseph Bonner. These 2 have no help, and now it comes down to who gets there first to help these 2 drivers out.
And that's going to be the bottom lane, it looks like, but no. Contact, or almost contact, from the 32 into the 421. So the 32 gets to the 11 first. So the 11 of Joseph Bonner gets some more draft help first. But the rest have caught up to the one. The one has more fixed cars in the line. Is the 32 cars a little bit of front end damage.
Three wide with the 57, 38, and the 7 back here for 5th. As you see the 67 pushing the 32, it's still 3 wide back here. As the 29 gets into the 7, he's going to end up in the outside wall, falling back. It's going to be this Jordan Vrooman. As the 57 hits the wall up here, it's going to be Aaron Ruth.
Millette was thinking about 3 wide there for a split second. Looked like he tried to go in the middle, but found no room, so he held back on it. Now Millette working with the 1 car.
You saw Joseph Bonner try to squeeze his way into the middle of those 2, but didn't have enough room. As the 1 is going to be doing some lane control. As it looked like the 32 was trying to push it 3 wide. All over the back bumper as the 38's going to be the 7 around. Doesn't look like that much damage. We're going to go back and look at that, see what happened to the 7. They're 3 wide. Can't really tell from that angle. But it looked like either the 7 or the 57. Looks like the 7 came up into the 57, got right hooked. Let's go 67. 67 is currently up to 2nd place. No, it's sitting now in 3rd place. Gonna be Mike Allen out of New England. Mike Allen is up 27 spots since the start of the race, Russell.
That's crazy.
Take a look at the biggest gainer. Mike Allen up 27, sitting in P3. Tim up 22, sitting in 7th. Aaron Ruth up 15, sitting in 13. Christ Willis up 16, sitting in 9th. Thomas Beiersdorf up 14, sitting in P6. So we got a couple more people down pit road. Mark Long down pit road, fixed some damage. Braden Lawson in the 28. Stephen Vest. James Foster Sr., Joshua Norton. I think these drivers back here might be out of the race. You got the 57 down pit road, Aaron Ruth. But looking at the left front of the 48, Russell, your pick has some, looks like some wheel damage.
Hopefully that doesn't affect him too much in this race, and he can get back going and hopefully find his way to the front. You know,
Sounds like you might have a stroke there, Russell.
Yeah, I might. Wow, I've lost my words a lot today. Wow, I'm so sorry about that. Gotta take a minute to think about what I was gonna say.
As the pace car light should be going off this time by, it's going to be Kyle Schmidt and Patrick Millette. These two have been battling basically all race to try to stay up front. We'll take a quick breather real quick before we go back green. We got a cat up here in the booth that wants out.
No, we're heading down to 6 laps. We're on 6 laps to go. We'll go green with 5. Not that long for the Atlanta race. You know, if it's anything like the real life races, at the end it gets real crazy, especially on a, you know, overtime finish, or, you know, late race caution.
Yeah, especially with 5 to go, there's going to be a lot of battling, jockeying for positions, probably a couple more cautions by the end of the race. '67 is going to be starting P3, but he still has that front end damage.
It doesn't look like it's affected him too much. If he can get one good run, that puts him in the lead. It will definitely be harder with the front end damage, but it's not impossible. As they come down to the restart zone, green flag. Kyle Smith's got a decent margin. Oh, the 67 around, 88 around. Sorry, 38 around.
That's just a shame. Looked like the 38 did get a little bit of wheel spin on that restart. Go back and look at that.
The 67 car spun his tires. And Mikey Allen will be given an ELO penalty for unfortunately causing the wreck.
Go back a little bit and look from his cockpit. Yeah, the 67 did not let off to try to save that car. He kept a foot in it, trying to keep it straight. Got a message in chat. 12 might be able to limp back to the front if we get some of the repairs done. Let's see where the 12 is. Haven't seen him in a little while.
Kaysen and P12 just entering pit road.
You see, he still got that left front toe knocked out. Got some rear end damage as well. Braden Lawson down pit road. Aaron Rue, Steven Vest down pit road. We got a couple people up here that haven't been near the front of the pack all day. Got the 92 up here.
You know, Michael, you know, with that last caution, one of the fastest cars, in my opinion, you know, got involved. Has fell down to P9, and that was Patrick Millette.
Yeah, he's probably still going to end up in the top 5 by the end of the race, but I think he's out of contention to win this thing. Lawson is my go. Let's see where Lawson is. Still
He's
down
in
pit
P11.
road. Sitting on pit road. Trying to get some damage fixed. Kaysen still on pit road getting his damage fixed. 57 leaving pit road. As the leaders are coming out of turn number 4. Kaysen better get going as he's coming out. 24 still on pit road. He's out of the race. So this is going to be a green-white checkered this time by. I'm not sure how many green-white checkers they have.
So the race is 101 laps. Hopefully these drivers will keep it to one green flag caution. We'll keep it to a one green white checkered.
Hopefully they keep it green the rest of the way. I want to see what the 92 and 32 back here can do. They've been in the back all race. They're up to 4th and 5th. See, the 92 has a clean car. 29, 32 damaged. You got the 11 and the 1 pretty clean. That's
Pace
the
car
pace car.
darting down. Kyle Smith leading the field to the green. Into the Equipire restart zone. Green flag back underway. Green white checkered is upon us. Kyle Smith's getting a good jump, followed by his brother, Joshua Smiths. They go right up to the top.
But do they have too big of a gap? Because you got a train of cars right behind coming with Joseph Bonner leading the outside lane, trying to duck into the bottom, getting to the inside of the 29, which he has some front end damage coming, 1 to go this time by.
White flag, so the race is official.
Got a wreck going on in the back.
Millette.
The 7 car upside down hard to the outside wall, but we can't watch that. We have some more action going up to the front. And you got the Schmidt brothers battling side by side. Now taking 3 wide. Joseph Bonner.
Is it going to be?
He got a huge run coming out of turn number 4.
And it's going to be Joshua Smith, it looks like.
Joseph Bonner got it just by a hair.
By 0.010 of a...
Joseph Bonner out of Millersburg, Pennsylvania. Had a bunch of accidents. Battling hard all night long to come back and win it tonight.
So, Roland Games, you know, who's cheering for the 38-22, and then your eventual race winner in the 11.
Yeah, you had to bring it home for his teammate that wasn't able to make it tonight. As Joseph Bonner finishes up, we're going to take a look at the race results. Joseph Bonner leading 19 laps, bringing it home in P1. Joshua Smits bringing it home in P2. 92 brought it home in P3. 26 spots since the start of the race. Thomas P4, Chris Willis P5, John Stenham P6, Kyle Schmidt 7th, Aaron Ruth 8th, Mark Long 9th, Kason Collier going right up to top 10. Pole position goes to Kyle Schmitz. Fastest lap goes to Chris Willis with a 30.014. Most laps led is Kyle Schmitz, leading 37 laps. Tim Yesbrand up 26 spots since the start of the race. 12 cautions for 42 laps. 17 lead changes under green flag. We ran a total of 101 laps with the green white checkered overtime. Let's see if we have anybody in the waiting room wanting an interview. Bring third place up into here. Tim, you got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Man, you had a very eventful race, up 26 spots since the start of the race, bringing home in P3. How did you manage to get up there and avoid all those wrecks?
Well, I'm here sitting here with pneumonia, and I start coughing during caution, and I rang over people in the very back of the pack. I had to get towed in. I went 2 laps down. I made my 2 laps back, and I just stay on that little white line down there at the very bottom. That's where all the grip was, and it made it work. And man, I can't believe it. Made it all the way back third.
Yeah, we didn't have an eye on you that much during the whole race. Trying to see all the battles going on with all the lead changes, all the accidents. You came out of nowhere to bring it home in P3.
Yes, Joseph Bonger. I raced against him and Stead him and Aaron Roth. All these guys, they were some really good guys, and be up here top 3 out of all of them guys. I'm very proud.
You got anything for Tim Russell?
No, sir. Do you got any shout outs you'd like to give?
Yes, oh my goodness. Thanks for all the sponsors and everybody else. And Bonger and Stead him asked me, come join this. And I had a really good race. Nobody didn't cry about wrecks or anything else. And it's all good. I really like this. I'll be back.
Sounds like a plan. Hopefully you'll be back on July 24th for the Daytona 500 in the NASCAR trucks.
Sure.
Well, you have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you back on the 24th.
My sponsor was Seiko.
Seiko?
Yep, Seiko. But anyway, thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Bring second place up into here. Joshua Smits finishing P2. You got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
Man, is Kyle your brother?
Nope, that's my dad.
We're calling you guys brothers majority of the race. We thought you were related. Was your game plan to work with your dad majority of the race? Because we saw you guys working together majority of the race, fighting hard, trying to keep the lead and stay up front.
Yeah, first half not at all. First half just kind of fend for yourself kind of thing. And then once I realized how easy it was to get from the back to the front, just after you pit, the 4 tires were making a difference. So that last what was it, maybe we pit with 18 to go or so, and I told him to pit because I knew that we could make up that trap position. And then as soon as I made the move to the outside with like 5 to go, caution came out and ended up starting behind him. And I was like, we're in a party together, might as well just tell me when you're gonna go. We could get clear real quick. And the high side had the momentum off the corner every lap, so just told him to put it up there and we'll see what happens. But no, it wasn't really a plan to work together to the very end. But I think that was his only time getting loose all day. It came at a very bad time, but almost had a good day.
Here, bring us back to the final lap. If I remember correctly, it was you or Kyle leading, but it looked like Joseph Bonner sent it all the way to the bottom, but coming out of turn 4, it looked like you guys were 4 wide for a minute.
Yeah, I think I got caught looking in the mirror. The 92 got off my bumper, and I just was going straight to the wall, thinking maybe he was going to be a lot tighter than he was. I think if I shorten up that straightaway a little, maybe the finish between me and the 11 would be a little better. But I think the 11 made the move to the inside, and I think we got 3 wide. But if we were 4 wide, I'm glad I didn't hit anybody because I did not know that.
Yeah, you finished right behind Joseph Bonner with 1/100th of a second, which is really, really close. Russell thought you snuck away with the victory there, coming across the line.
I thought I did too. Once the 11 stopped pushing my dad, I thought, that's all the help I needed. And then I saw the line of cars behind me. I was like, this is perfect. And then I just got stuck looking in the mirror. Let them to my inside.
You got anything for Joshua Russell?
No, sir. You got any shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, go check out My Mom's Addictions on eBay for a bunch of die casts and everything else. and race memorabilia, stuff like that. And Schmitty Shots on Instagram, my brother's photography business. So go look at those. And Spare Parts Gaming Community on Facebook. They host iRacing and Xbox races during the week, every week. So yeah, go give those a look.
It sounds like fun. Hopefully you'll be back July 24th for the Daytona truck race. We look forward to broadcasting that as well.
Awesome. Look forward to being there. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
No problem. Have a great night.
We're going to bring the race winner up here, Joseph Bonner. No matter where he was on track, in a wreck, in the back, in the front, he still managed to bring it home in first place. How you doing, Joseph?
Not too bad. Feeling great, honestly.
And how are you feeling that last lap? You were sitting in third at that restart. Looked like you were falling off a bit, but you managed to send it down going into turn 3 and 4, but it looked like you guys were 4 wide coming out of turn number 4. And Russell actually thought Joshua beat you by just a hair, but you finished ahead 1/100th of a second.
I mean, a lot of that was Tim, like on that restart. Tim gave me a heck of a push, and I honestly got a little scared up there for a second because I felt my rear end get pretty light. But, I was just hammering down, and I seen them guys up there hooting and hollering with each other, so I just sent it down low where I honestly preferred to be this entire race. A lot of people don't like it down there, but I prefer that low line, and I guess just got lucky coming across that finish.
Yeah, it looked like the high line was prevailing more on the short runs with the newer tires, but the longer run looked like the bottom was where you wanted to be. Were you still preferring the bottom on the fresh tires compared to the top?
Yeah, here in Atlanta, I love this track, and I always prefer the bottom line. I don't know. I just feel like I can run a lot better when I'm down low.
Yeah, we saw you battling all night long on that bottom line, especially with the Schmitz, father and son duo. Wouldn't leave you alone all night. But
no, those are heck of a racers, I'll tell you that. I mean, they definitely know what they're doing out here, and I think I just got lucky here at the end to take Josh at the last second.
yeah, you got anything for him, Russell?
No, Joseph, it was a hard race for you. You had to come back, after you got wrecked from the 16. What was going through your mind in that moment when you got the contact with the 16 truck?
Oh, I mean, I got up to the front, and like I told my teammate Patrick, even though he said that I wouldn't be able to do it, but he can kiss my butt. I got up there, I didn't see anybody in front of me, so I felt good. And the next thing I know, I was looking at everybody, so I was like, oh, great, there went my race. But I felt confident enough to come back out on the track and get back up here, and I just so happened to do that.
That wreck was a huge one. You almost went up and over.
Yeah, it definitely scared the crap out of me a little bit.
Got any shoutouts you'd like to give before we let you go?
LNG's Power Washing. Sorry about that. We're based out of Millersburg, Pennsylvania. If you guys ever are in the area, know anybody up this way that need any power washing done, give us a call. Also, the rest of the guys on the team that run USSA, Stock Car Association League, we're really trying to put something together that's really good here, something that's not biased towards the league owners or anything like that, and find a great group of guys that just love racing good. So,
all right, do you plan on running July 24th Daytona 250 in the trucks?
yes, sir.
We'll be there once again, calling the actions. Hope you have a good night in Victory Lane, and we'll see you on the 24th.
Appreciate it, guys, and thank you guys again for putting this all together for us. You guys are doing a great job.
I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.
Man, Russell, another action-packed race here at USSA. Joseph Bonner bringing it home in P1. I actually didn't think Joseph Bonner would have won. I actually thought he ran out of fast repairs between all those wrecks.
I did too, and for a split second, like I said, I was Joshua, who just barely beat him. But no, 2 nights in a row, we've had 2 crazy finishes to the line at Atlanta. Who would have believed that?
Yeah, Atlanta Motor Speedway is a track that you want to be at if you want some nice battling. All these racers fought hard fought tooth and nail, couple flyovers, especially with the 38. He's probably a little upset about how his night finished up there in the front, majority of the race, dominating, getting taken out by a car on the inside of him, getting loose. But are you going to be back here on the 24th with me calling some actions at Daytona?
Yes, sir. You already know it.
And if you guys are interested in joining the USSA, you can join the league. Link is in the description below. But I'm Michael Cordray. Alongside me is Russell Heaton Jr. Hope you guys have a good night.
Friday night, the lights are bright. The grandstands packed, the stars ignite. From the green flag wave to the final lap, every driver knows there's no turning back. The stage is set, the field is tight. Championship dreams on